Hey there, fellow ARE community people. I wanted to make a quick video to share with you guys two big topics that I think helped get me past my ARE exams. So these are experience, number one, and mindset, number two. Now, it's fortunately can't be a very short video because I really want to get into some details for you. But here's some things that I want to give to you now that I did not have when I first started taking the AREs or when I was just out of school. So, number one, experience. I'll tell you where I got most of my experience that I think was key in passing all the different exams and things that you might be able to do for someone you know or someone who you work for or the firm that you work for, that those are the things you want to try to get your experience on as well. So number one, I've been a cost estimator for construction. I worked at a design build firm where I was able to do construction estimates, or what are called, they're also called takeoffs. So if you have access to somehow work on that, that's going to be huge in helping you get through project management as one of those tests that really requires you to be able to do some cost estimating. The second thing I have experience in was the design build was for procurement work for the city, procurement work for the state, for the government. They're very stringent on how you can become a vendor, and so you really have to learn what their process is and what their rules are. And that, to me, getting that experience was key also in things like project management. Then another thing that I did was contract coordination. So maybe you're just proofreading contracts. Maybe you're translating contracts from Spanish to English, whatever it might be. But get yourself, dive into those contracts somehow, because it's just that repetitiveness of seeing them over and over and over that's really going to help you understand the language, that architectural language that we speak. Okay, is very different from other things in contracts. So that's the number one thing. It's really experience. Something else that helped me was studying for LEED, which unfortunately I did not get my LEED certification, but I studied and realized that I needed to focus on my AREs first. So I did that and left LEED to the side, and then really just get involved with things like MEP, talking to subcontractors when I worked design build and seeing how they laid out their plans. Those were all huge things to my experience. In my current job, I got as much involved as I could in all phases of the project. So really get involved in site design, things like programming, schematic design. Try to do that as much as you can at your current job. And then also, of course, CDs themselves and the preparation of construction documents is essential. And these are the basic three exams that have to do with design, right? So gain experience on that. And what I would say is where you're experienced the most is where you want to test first. And then you also want to take some of the hardest tests before too late. So don't leave the hard test for the end, because then you might pass 5 tests and have to be up against the rolling clock to finish that 6th test, and you don't want that. Okay, you also don't want to pay too much attention to the rolling clock, because it's a procrastination tool. The way I started to see it was I looked at 5 years and said, I only have 2 and a half. Give yourself your own rolling clock. Push yourself, challenge yourself to finish much quicker, much sooner. I myself did it in about 2.5, 3 years. Then the second topic, mindset. Mindset is more important than you think. And that's another thing I want to give to you, are some of those sort of one-liners that I kept telling myself to be in the right mindset. So number one, do I really want to take this test one more time? When you sit down and study, you need to be thinking, I need to study in such a way that I'm not going to have to take this twice. All right, so that's number one. Number two, I don't want to lengthen this. I do not want to make this test take forever. I don't want to finish the last one 5 years from now. I want to finish the last one ASAP. All right, perseverance. I guarantee you, the minute that you push through and the day you pass that last test, no matter how long it took you, it will be well worth it. So persevere. As future architects and architects at heart, you guys have it. You have the discipline to persevere and have patience. Have patience on yourself, guys. It's not patience with NCARB, it's patience with yourself. All right? People are passing this test, and you will pass these tests, but you have to have patience, and you have to understand that becoming an architect is something that takes time. In fact, when I sat for my first architectural exam, the first thing I realized was, wow, it's not about taking these tests and then becoming an architect. You have to be an architect the day you sit for that exam. You have to already be one. And all they're doing is saying, yes, that's right, check. You are an architect. But don't think that you're going to sit for a test and the test is going to make you an architect. It doesn't work that way. You have to be one by the time you get there and sit down. Lastly, I want to talk about distractions, and that has to do with mindset. Distractions. There's bad and good distractions. There's necessary distractions and there's unnecessary distractions. Bad distractions, video games, becoming an entrepreneur, taking on new business ventures with things that your friends are talking you into, binging on a Netflix series. Those are all bad distractions. Good distractions, things that help clear your mind, keep you in line, keep you in check. What are those? Examples are going to the gym, exercising, having a good disciplined, healthy routine for food and diet and for exercise. Family and travel, those are good distractions, guys. You need that. You need to take care of your loved ones, and you need to take care of yourself and keep yourself motivated. So give yourself some reward time of going on vacation, don't overdo it. Don't put off study because you're doing this. That's not the idea. But I hear a lot of people say that there's no, going out with friends and there's no vacation until I finish these tests. That's the mindset. That's right. But don't eliminate it completely because you don't want to overwhelm yourself and stress yourself out more than it's necessary. Okay? You can take care of your family. You can travel. You can go to the gym. And what you want to do is you want to develop a filter. So I personally did a lot of painting and exercise. Those were my distractions. The good filter that I think you can apply is if there's effort and time and attention that you're dedicating to something that could be better spent dedicating it to studying for the exam, then that's pretty much the filter that you need to apply. But with that said, guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoy, and if you follow my YouTube videos, the next one I'll post is going to be basically my story, my experience, and timeline of how many times I failed and all the things I got through to pass my ARAs, and hoping to share that with you. Hope you enjoyed the video, and y'all take care. Good luck.